Hello there everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Elliot Webber and it's been a while. I had another very bad cold for the past few weeks. Of course, a few weeks ago it was announced Mikey Doble will be making his debut in the BTCC with Power Max Racing. But we're not here to talk about that. We are here to talk about Toyota, who have finally announced their 3 drivers for the BTCC season. And it is Rory Butcher, Ricky Collard and George Gamble joining the team. So let's get straight into this. Yes, guys, that is right. It was announced very early this morning that Toyota Gazoo Racing have expanded to 3 cars and they are once again retaining Rory Butcher and Ricky Collard, quite surprisingly, especially because of what Ricky announced in October. And George Gamble will be returning to the BTCC for his 2nd season, but this time in a front-wheel drive Toyota Corolla. In not only that, but now a factory-built engine, something that will be very helpful towards Toyota's championship assault. Of course, as we know, Speedworks Motorsport have been the factory-backed Toyota team, so I think finally getting a factory-built engine in will really help them, especially because they are the team that actually was first testing this hybrid car back in 2021. As for the drivers, though, of course, no surprise to see Rory Butcher back. He has of course, said this morning, in fact, that this is the team he feels most at home at in his entire career. And again, no real surprise. Of course, he was pretty much best of the rest in P5 last year, despite only 1 win, he was extremely consistent in the near end. So for Rory Butcher to be back here, of course, again, not surprised, and it will be very interesting to see what he can do in what will now be a 3rd year in that Toyota. As for Ricky Collard, this was quite a surprise. Of course, it was announced at the end of last year that Ricky Collard would be retiring from racing itself, not just BTCC, but he gave up racing. However, he did go on to say in the press release today made by Toyota that he spoke to Christian Dick and Speedworks, and he seems like he wants another crack at it. He wants to come back, which is really good. I'm actually really happy to see Ricky back. Of course, Ricky, a 3rd gen racing driver. Not only that, of course, as we know, son of legendary BTCC star Rob Collard. Ricky has always had the potential to win races. Of course, he had 2 on-track podiums last year, but both of those were taken away due to penalties. So hopefully Ricky can get that first front-wheel drive podium, and of course, hopefully he can go on to take that maiden victory, something that he hasn't done yet in BTCC. As for George Gamble, someone who has won a race, won his first race last year in his first ever season. Yeah, what a rookie year George Gamble had. Of course, podium in his 2nd race, and then a win later on in his 1st year. Of course, was absolutely unbelievable, I think, last year. Of course, yes, he was in a BMW, which was probably one of, if not the best car last year. There's no doubt that George can pedal a car. We've seen that before in Porsches and Ginettas, and now we've seen it. He can do it in touring cars. How will he fare, though, now that he's transitioning to front-wheel drive? It's a huge unknown. I do think he'll do quite well, though. I think adaptability is one thing he seems to be very good at. He adapted very well to the BMW last year in NGTC, so I think he'll do well. Whether I think he'll be better than Butcher in that Toyota, I don't think so. Rory Butcher, ever since he moved to Toyota in 2021, he has been simply the best driver compared to all of his teammates. Of course, ever since Butcher became a Toyota driver, they've always had at very least 2 cars. Of course, now they've got 3 in 2023. Hey, so yeah, who do I think out of the 3 will do the best? Purely for experience, I do think it will be Rory Butcher. I think he'll be the best driver. I think he will definitely win some races. And once again, I think he will be a dark horse for the championship. Whether or not Toyota will be capable to win the championship this year is another story. We know how quick the Hyundais are. We know how quick those BMWs are. and with 4 of those BMWs now, it's probably going to be a little bit harder for Toyota. And not only that, how well will the Fords do? Of course, Ash is back, Dan Cam's back, Dan Rowbottom's now in a Ford as well. So yeah, it's some tough competition here in BTCC. So Butcher, I can see some race wins. Definitely can see him in the top 10 of the championship again. Maybe a dark horse for the championship, who knows? But again, we'll have to see how that factory built Toyota engine is going to be. Ricky Collard, he said he had some struggles last year, and that was pretty obvious. It was very visible that he was struggling to delve with front-wheel drive NGTC. However, he did have moments of brilliance. Ricky had, like I've always said this, Ricky is one of those drivers who has always shown potential in everything he's driven in, whether that be in BTCC, whether that be in GTs, and even when he was in single seats in British F4 a long time ago. Ricky has always shown potential, and speaking of British F4, Ricky Collard went toe-to-toe with Lando Norris a few years ago in British F3 as well. So yeah, Ricky's not a bad peddler either. So as for Ricky, more podiums for him. I can definitely see him getting more podiums. I can definitely see him improving this year. And I do see Ricky Collard getting his maiden BTCC victory, something that I think everyone will be extremely happy for, especially for some of the older BTCC fans seeing Rob win, and now they're probably going to see Ricky win. And then as for George Gamble, I mean, a massive unknown, of course, talking about his last year again. Of course, it was only 2 podiums last year, but 2 podiums in your rookie year, I think, are very good, and one of those being a victory. Yeah. As for George, I think he'll struggle in the first half of the season, but I do think in the second half is when he will improve. I think Knock Hill we'll see the best of George Gamble. So yeah, looking forward to it. This is a very intriguing lineup, probably one of the best lineups of the entire grid. I think this is very interesting. You've of course got Rory Butcher, who's always been a championship level driver, and then you've of course got Ricky Collard and George Gamble both returning for their second full seasons. So yeah, a very interesting lineup. And again, I don't know how well that Toyota engine is going to be. Of course, it has been built and is being developed by Neil Brown. So yeah, who knows how it's going to fare against the Mount Tune engines? Who knows how it's going to fare against the Swindon Hyundai engine? And of course, who knows with what's going on with Team Dynamics, whether they'll have a Honda engine, whether they'll have the M Sport engine. Who knows? But let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments below. Who do you think will be the top Toyota driver this year? And how do you think Toyota will do now that they are fully a manufacturer team, with manufacturer backing from Toyota, and then, of course, a factory-built Toyota engine? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And also a huge, huge thank you for 150 subscribers. We hit that milestone Sunday night, I think it was, or I believe it was either Sunday night or yesterday. I cannot remember, to be honest, but we did hit 150 subscribers. So a huge thank you to everyone who has subscribed, and of course, new subscribers. Hello, thank you for subscribing. And which just means we're now just 50 subscribers away from 200 subscribers. Of course, I have said I would like 200 subscribers by the end of the year, but I'm going to push that forward a little bit. I'm going to say let's hit 200 subscribers by the summer break. That is what I would like. 200 subs by the summer break. I think we can do it, guys. So yeah, be sure to, of course, like this video, share with your mates, because that really does help my channel grow. And of course, press that subscribe button so, of course, you stay subscribed, and of course, you don't miss another video. And I will see you guys this Friday for my TCR UK preview video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.